Hello and welcome to Late Night Aquarium Thoughts. I'm Dave and I'm just waiting for some other people to join. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see here. Okay, I'm live. Okay, let's see here.
On another tab. Oh, if you want to jump in and just be a guest.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Thanks for coming by. I'll catch you all later. Go ahead and click that one. Oh, there you go. Now that one's the actual link to his video. Later, everyone.
Hello, George. Hello, I see Aqua. Yeah, I can't go to sleep. How's it going? Let's see. I guess we'll wait until get a few people up here and get Streetwise on here. Now I'm a night owl, George. Hello, GRB. How's it going? I probably won't go to bed until like 3 or 4, so depending on how tired I get. Let's go fishing. It's been a while since I've been fishing. Probably like a few decades. Maybe one of these days I'll have to get going on fishing. Hello, Codison. Welcome to joining. I'm probably going to have to start doing these late night streams sometime rather than early. Hello, Streetwise.
What's up?
Not much. Let's see here. I'm still trying to figure out my Thingiverse signing thing. As you can see, I don't log into there very often, but for some reason it's not letting me. So let me see here. That's even with saving my password on Google.
So I have to use my aquarium lights to light my face.
Whatever
I
works.
actually have spare aquarium lights. I could probably do better.
Yeah. I have a bunch of those sitting in my storage shed somewhere. Stuff lights I got for just certain projects that I never did, and got to reset my password, I think. Then I just gotta wait for that email to come. Hey, Alice, how's it going? I should get some coffee. I think it's too late for coffee. I kind of do want to eventually go to bed sometime tonight.
What time zone are you in?
Pacific.
California.
Just like George. That's almost 2.
See, I've stayed up way too late.
Where you at?
Vermont, it's like 4:45.
Yeah. It's about time for waking up. So you're good.
Long week. Saturday, I just have to make sure I'm up in time for English Premier League games. Although they're ahead of us in time, so it's not too far.
Okay. Oh, interesting. I don't know if this is gonna work.
You got something to show?
Trying. Same thing I was trying to show on Thingiverse in their last stream.
All right, I'm gonna pop off cam for a minute, but I'll keep my mic on.
No worries. Darn it. Wish I had extra lights, more tanks and lights. I don't have that problem anymore. Especially considering I downgraded a lot. But I probably will be using some of those lights somehow, somewhere. Let's see here.
See, I ended up buying like 2 of those nanos for my 20-gallon and maybe another 2 for my 16 bow front before they came out with a 15-inch model. Yeah. So I swapped both of those out for the 15-inch model. So it's like I have 4 nanos that I need to find something to do with.
Ouch.
But I'm in a rental, so I'm loath to add more tanks at this point.
Ooh, I'm signed in. Okay. Hopefully this is the right account. Oh, yes, it is. Okay. This is... It's for a rim tank, which is for my aquarium dosing tube. Of course, I probably found other solutions after this, but this is one of the solutions I came up with. Oops. Oh, Asiako's there. Okay.
You can take me off screen if it helps you show.
No, that's fine. I'm not showing. I'm going to post. Well, I guess I could show too, but let me see here. I'm trying to copy the link, and apparently I messed that up. There's the link.
All right, let's see what this is.
I'm going to share the screen too if you want to wait, and I'll post that. Let's see here.
Oh, well, what is that?
That's dosing tubes running through there.
Very interesting.
Aquarium dosing tube rim tank holder. Dosing.
Yeah, because when I'm using my auto doser, I had some air lines running up to feed the fertilizers into the tank, and you just run the tubes through there. Let me see here. I think I have a picture of.
So that way it just holds it in nicer.
Yeah, it holds it in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I probably have a photo of it somewhere in my photos.
Wait, do you have a 3D printer, Dave?
No, I went through that. Actually, I designed, but I got it printed through Treat Stock, which is a website.
Oh, okay. So they'll print it and send it to you.
I have 1 3 printed thing in my one of my tanks, which is my Apex magnetic probe holder. I think I got it from like Marine Depot or one of those sites.
Yeah.
Holds like 3 probes and 2 airline tubes, although I'm just using 2 probes.
Let's see here. Trying to find a picture of it in use. Doesn't matter, just going through my Google Photos.
So what is it? So these are like free designs or something? Is that what it is?
I think Thingiverse is like a database of designs that you can 3D print from.
That's exactly what it is.
And then like you download a file and then you can load it into your 3D printer and then it'll just print it?
Yep. Or get it sent out.
Where's the file that I can download?
Let me see here.
Oh, download all files?
Yeah.
Is that what I click?
That's what you'd click if you want to print that out.
Let's see
Well,
here.
I'll just send this link to my brother. And
So what I vaguely understand is that the file may need to go through a conversion process for the specific 3D printer that you
Yeah.
use, or it may not.
depending, yeah. hmm You would
Depending
think
on
you
the
would
file.
have like some standards nowadays.
Yeah, 3D printing is interesting because like the printer has to like make scaffolding for any parts that are unsupported during the printing process, and then it's like someone has to remove those after the fact,
hmm
or not, but it's a possibility.
hmm
Let me remove that.
Just a pick on the page you shared,
Oops.
Dave.
Okay, that one. There. If you see that thing in the up there with the white stuff, that's the thing I made.
Oh, that's very compact.
Is it the one you're showing, or it's a different one? It's
So
a different
those are,
one, yeah?
it's the two blue tubes making the 90-degree turn.
And you have a little bit of the residue from the fertilizer, the white stuff.
Yep.
That's the thing I designed.
That's cool. And you've got some aquaponics action happening too, it looks like.
This is my old tank. This is my old tank when I lived in my other place. I had pothos growing in there. I tried coleus, which didn't work. It worked for a while, and then it kind of just died off. But
You needed the Fluvo Nano.
probably could have used more lighting over there. Probably.
And you could have clipped it onto that tray because it's rimless.
How much does this cost to 3D print?
You're HC, you're thinking just the way I do about all these projects.
Let's see. How much does it cost to 3D print? Are you talking about the thing I was showing you? I could find out for you in a second here.
So it cost to 3D print.
Let me see. There's a button on here where oh, no, I do have a better picture. Okay, here's a closer picture. Give me a second here. I didn't think I had it in here, but apparently that's a closer picture of it there.
That's nice.
So the oh, it is by you.
Huh?
I was gonna okay, the link you showed us. It says it's so you did design this
Yes.
using what, like what software did you use?
Actually, use the website.
Oh,
Let me see here.
that's a pretty cool website.
Let me see.
That's a pretty cool website.
I think it's Tinkercad. Yeah, I think it's Tinkercad.
Oh, it's CAD. Okay.
Let me post that link for you.
Oh, interesting. So you don't have to install CAD on your machine. You can
One of my other hobbies is sailboat racing, and people have done a lot with 3D printing, especially for mounting instruments to the mast or boom of sailboats.
I used to sailboat race too.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's possible, HC Aqua, you have water around you.
Yes. My brother-in-law owns a sailboat, so me and my brother used to invite us over.
Nice.
Sometimes they go racing. Well, they still race, but we haven't gone in a while.
So in Vermont, I'm on the west coast of New England, as we call it. So we have Lake Champlain dividing us in New York State, and it's I don't know, like 118 miles long, and connects up north to Montreal and connects down south through the Hudson River to New York City. And so there's a lot of water and a lot of people sailing.
Cool. In lakes.
Let's see how much this thing costs. And I think I need to change it to inches. Or, nope, not inches. Let's keep it in millimeters.
It looks so much in the in the website design, it looks so much thicker, but in real life, on your tank, it looks so much thinner.
Yeah. That thing, if you print it right now, there's some places that will charge you like $5 for it, with like
Oh, not
$4
bad.
delivery. So that's about $9.
Mm, that's cool.
Yeah, cheapest one I see is about $9. $10. Let me see. Let me see how much that other thing would cost that we were talking about earlier. Let's see. The rim to rimless light adapter. And of course, there's different materials you could choose from as well. Yeah, that's about the same price.
Can I you know the design that I'm looking at the website, can I rotate it around to see like different angles of it?
On the Thingiverse,
Yeah.
I don't believe so. Let me see here.
I want to see the front side of it, because right now we're looking at the back of it. Remix it?
Yeah, I don't see any way to. Oh, wait, let me see. Let me check. That's
Okay, I
post
don't know what
printing.
that did. I clicked something and it took me somewhere I don't know.
Let me see here. Let me
Make
see
an
if I can.
account, create an account. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Don't blame you. Not when you don't need to. Let's see here. Let me see if I'm gonna load it into Tinkercad and see if I could show this off other ways. Actually, you know what? No, wait. Do I want to go out there in my garage? I'll be
Yeah,
right
don't
back.
take
I'll
it
go back to
off.
my garage and grab it. I'll probably wait until Streetwise comes back. Let's see here.
Nah,
So I
that's
have it
too
in
much
here. Okay.
trouble. Then you have to take it off.
No, it's not. It's not in my aquarium. I have it. I have it in my. I have it.
I'm still listening. I'm just off camera for the moment.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me change. Let me change my shared screen. Do. Let's see, Chrome tab, and this is Tinkercad. That's the one I want to share. It's right here. Oops. I didn't mean.
Okay. No, so the way it looks on the tank looks a little bit different from what I'm seeing here, though. Is this the exact thing that we're seeing on the tank?
Yeah, this is the design of it.
That's the top view.
There's something different about it. Like there's something in front of the hose coming into the tank,
Here, let me show.
whereas
Yeah, because here.
oh,
See
that's the front.
hose
I
right
think with the lids and stuff, you're not seeing all the bulk because the tank is
I think
bulky
I
as
was
it
getting
is.
confused which is the back and which is the front, but the
Okay.
fatter
I'll be right
piece
back.
is the front
I'll be right
part going into the tank. Dosing tube holder. Now he's gotta make one. Like I wonder how much. So this takes only two. But I wonder like how many. I don't dose my tanks, so I don't know about this stuff.
I run dirt tanks. I stay away from dosing.
I used to dose like, but like I don't do it regularly. So I used to do it like sporadically, and then I always have like hair algae issues. So I was like, okay, I don't need to dose. They're
Yeah,
fine.
hair algae tells me that I have too many nutrients.
Yeah, so it was always too much.
That and snails. Those are my nutrient metrics. But I have this Apex system, and partly why I bought it, I didn't like finish my story earlier, is because I kind of just wanted smart outlet control, but I didn't want to go into the Amazon Alexa or the Google ecosystem.
Okay.
I kind of wanted something like Apple like HomePod control, and at the time when I was shopping, I wasn't satisfied with what I found, so that's kind of why I picked the Apex thing. But eventually, you know, I had one for a while, and I bought like a used like leak detector kit for it, and so now it's an insurance system for me. So I have like, you know, two things that sit on my floor, and if water hits them, I'm going to get an email alert instantly. Or if my pH or temperature goes out of range, I have alerts for that too. But if I had like a breeding room, an Apex would be so cool for like moving water and adding this and removing that and all these automation systems that as an IT guy would be super cool. But it's kind of theoretical in insurance now for me at my scale.
Cool.
Okay. So here it is, Jesse. That's the actual unit in hand, with some tubing still in there.
Okay. So the back, the outside of the tank part is where the tube is hanging out.
Yeah, that's
Right?
the back side.
Okay. That's what I was getting confused because I thought it was the other way around when I was looking at the design.
Well, I suppose you technically could run it either which way.
It could, yeah, it actually could be either way. Yeah.
It depends on how you want the cords.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely run this inside the tank, so it is technically reversible.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, you're hired.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
I think you can make his
squares.
You could totally design a
light thingy.
a rim bracket for the Nano.
Well, the thing is, I could actually,
If you had a Nano.
if I had a Nano, probably
So that's the deal.
crack it out, but
That's the deal.
Send him the Nano just on loan so he can design it for you. Pay for the shipping.
No, it's
return
probably
shipping,
cheaper just
plus
to.
buy one for him.
Yeah, exactly.
well, I mean, it's only going to be about. You could probably fit into priority, can't you?
Wouldn't you want a Nano light? Wouldn't that be a fair payment for doing the design work?
It's $90.
Yeah,
$87.
But my worry is if I can't get it done, I don't want to be. If I can't actually do it, that's what I'm afraid of. So I don't want to put you on the point for the $80 for that. So
Yeah, because you have to design those screws. That's
Theoretically, he could just design something that fits
your existing screws.
any existing parts.
Yeah.
see, I wouldn't know how to do the screw parts.
Threads. Yeah, you have to measure the threads or something. Excuse me.
Hmm.
That would be the hard part for me is figuring out the screws.
Still sounds worth it.
Yeah, but he's not sure he could do it.
Perfect. That
Good
means it
learning
will
experience.
definitely get figured out.
What is that? Oh, that's the cord.
What's that picture behind you? That's is that cells or musical instruments?
That's musical instruments,
It's like a cello
something like that. Yeah,
or violin.
I don't know. I think it's violin.
I think
Something
it's a cello.
Something I got Goodwill for like $3. So
Huh.
Tinker.
yeah, I wonder. There's probably ways to take some pre-existing stuff and merging it into your own design. Because a lot of that stuff is copylefted, so it's under Creative Commons.
Mm.
I don't want to save that.
Autodesk Tinkercad. So this is the website you used to design that.
Tinkercad.com, yeah, that's what I used.
I'm gonna bookmark this.
What else did I make on that? I made the when I had my when I had that aquaponics thing, I had a cover on that one little part that had the floss. I did that on there. A couple versions of that.
Can you like become friends on this site and share like designs with people?
On what,
Or
the
no?
Tinkercad?
Tinkercad.
Let me see here. Can you share it? Let me see here. I would think there'd be a way to share that. Well, I mean, you can always send the person the file, and
Can you just send the or the link or something too? Right?
or you would just post it onto Thingiverse and load it up there. That's how you'd share it. Tinker this, download, like, add image, view in 3D. Yeah, I don't see anything in here to actually share it out. So you'd have to download the file and upload it up to Thingiverse. Yeah, of course, that's which one did I do last? Breeder lid.
I would kind of imagine that their licensing would be more broad than like friends lists.
On what?
For any of these 3D designs, that it would be, you would put yourself in this, that, or the other licensing bracket. I'm just saying, compared to like HC Aqua saying friends list type of thing,
Yeah,
for designs.
Yeah, that's. Well, I think you could also.
Well, there is send to. What is this send to?
You could probably connect to people.
Send to Thingiverse.
So there probably is a way to like have favorites and all the networking features, but it's probably different than the licensing.
Yeah. I mean, if you're sharing it on the Thingiverse, it's just sharing it on Thingiverse so other people could download it.
Yeah.
And most of those are like Creative Commons.
Oh, you could invite people to design with you.
Oh, that's interesting.
That'd be nice.
So we could collaborate. Like, oh, I don't know how to do the screw. Can someone help me with that?
Huh. See, I would probably just drill a hole and do it that way.
It has to be threaded. How are you gonna create those threads?
Well, see, what you do is you drill it a little bit smaller than the thread, and you just force the thread in. Thread it.
I mean,
just cross thread it once.
Yeah.
Get a threading drill.
Yeah, because actually you can't 3D print the threads, right? So
no, you probably can actually.
Yeah,
you probably can. I don't know how strong it would be though.
That would be so detailed.
Don't underestimate 3D printing. It's just how much
is it that crazy
you're willing to pay for.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know it got that good.
Could probably build a car with 3D printing. I think there's a company trying to build rockets. 3D printing. And I'm not joking.
Let's see here. Here's another thing I made that didn't. Well, it worked, but it was hard to print out, which was a CO2 diffuser. Yeah, kind of worked, I think.
Tell me about it.
Basically, let me go to the top here. Because that little pipe right there, that's where you put the CO2 in.
That's the airline.
Yeah.
Oh, and the whole cylinder is the diffuser?
Well, see, you also had on the inside of it, you had little chambers where the CO2 goes first. So basically, it's supposed to draw the CO2 out of that chamber while the water is rushing through the inner chamber.
What? I don't understand.
Give me right back. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and get a piece of paper. It's gonna be easier to explain if I actually draw it.
I guess he's trying to like infuse the water that's going into the chamber with CO2.
Maybe.
Okay, let me see how to do this with. I just put me on the screen. Okay. So basically,
I finally feel like I'm on the nerdiest channel that I deserve.
Right?
that's just the way my mind works sometimes. So basically, you have the top, and here's the out pipe. So that's where the water comes out of, and you have the bottom. You have the inflow. Okay, that's the walls. And here's the inlet for the CO2. So you have CO2 going in there. Now on the inside, you do have a chamber. I'm trying to remember how I designed the chamber. It does go around the whole circle. So you have a chamber like this with a little bit on the bottom open. So that's basically what the inside looked like. So the CO2 would go in these little chambers right there, and the water would flow through there.
Mm-hmm.
So in theory, the CO2 should dissolve down in this water here and then go out to your aquarium. If that makes any sense.
It does make sense. Yeah.
So the up arrow is going to a spray bar or an outflow tube?
Yes. And let's see here. Of course, this chamber goes all the way around the tube.
Right. I got it.
So the CO2 is collected into these little cylinders on the inside, and you have the water flowing through there.
And you have a pump on the bottom.
And you have a pump flowing the water through, yeah.
And is this a sealed item that can exist inside or outside of a tank?
This was actually on the inside of my tank.
Okay.
When I had it running.
I guess towards the center or maybe a quarter to the bottom or something.
This
the bottom
is in my in-tank sump. So I had the pump right there. Well, okay. Here's the sump wall. And there's my pump. And then I had the pump going into there. And then I had the pipe going out back into my aquarium.
So it's actually kind of large.
Yeah, it was a little bit large.
Yeah. I see. That's cool.
Do you still do sumps on freshwater tanks? I feel like plants have talked me out of sumps.
I only had it was one I made one of those in the tank sumps, which later on I did kind of regret doing. And that's where that was sitting.
I mean, I sort of have some sumpy bits with foam.
Yeah.
And
Anthony,
water moving through foam.
Anthony's a big proponent of sumps, so he has sumps.
I just feel like plants and organic substrates they do so much work. But I guess I'm also not overloading tanks by breeding or stocking a lot of fish and generating a lot of waste.
Yeah, I probably should do a sump on my Mabuna tank, but see, on that tank, I do have a Marineland MagnaFlow 220 on it. I have a Tidal 75 on it, and then for extra polishing, I do have a Tidal 35 on that. So
those are big fish.
It's Mabunas. They get anywhere from like I want to say 4.
I hear Mabuna for puffers, but is it also another?
It's a cichlid.
Oh,
Me.
but aren't there also Mabuna puffers?
I think it's Maboof puffer.
Yeah, you're thinking
Okay.
something else.
Yeah. With those big fish, definitely you've got a lot more waste that you've got to process.
Yeah, especially typically you want to overstock in Mabunas to kind of channel the aggression as well.
Okay.
Freshwater sump equals more room for plants, according to Codison.
What does he mean by that? Does he mean like put plants in the sump? Is that what you mean?
No, I think he's saying that less. Well, I mean, you don't have a filter or anything. I really don't really think
That actually might be the meaning, that the sump can be full of plants. While the big fish are disrupting the substrate in the main tank or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that a cichlid problem? I haven't kept cichlids, but aren't they notorious for
certain ones.
disrupting your substrate?
Some of the larger ones do. Mabunas would. I actually put. Okay. Codison does say yes, plants and sump. So that's the old saltwater trick too. I know a lot. I know my friend at work who has a saltwater. He has a sump and he puts what are those things? It's a tree. It's what are those things called? Red
skimmers.
What?
Oh, the red algae thing.
No, the trees. It's the.
What are you trying to say?
Oh my God, I'm having a vocabulary. Someone's going to type it.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not even sure what you're trying to
type it.
Mangrove?
Yeah.
Yes, I think it's going to be mangrove.
Yes, it is mangrove.
I was like, okay, that sounds like red. What's red?
I was thinking mango, but I'm like, I was thinking mango. I'm like, no, that's not right. I might order a couple of those for my freshwater. Again, try that again.
How come Cody's-san always knows the correct answer and we're all confused up here?
Yes, he does. Cody's smart. Could actually think tonight. I can't think straight tonight. It's But,
cool. Is that so? You only designed those two things so far?
I designed that. I did that. I did a cover for those Marineland breeder boxes because I wanted to cover a part of that. How I had it designed. I had a small little section with floss to get out the big particles before it went into the clay balls, and that I had covered with a 3D design as well, which was
interesting.
Let me see here. It's on here as well.
So you just kind of created like a cavity to put
kind of like a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what I want. Back one more.
Can you 3D print in clear plastic?
I think the fibers are available in all sorts of different colors and materials.
There's a clear option, or more translucent options too. I don't know how
that would be cool. That would be really cool for that lid thing.
Might not be as
any of these things.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, I think this is a better designed on that one. Let me see. Is that's what I had for the little section on there. Where of course let me. Do you see my mouse pointer when I do this? Do you see my mouse pointer?
Yes.
Okay. Because this little part was where the pipes come out that flow the water into it, and that area that covers the area where I had the filter floss at. And then going over here, that's where the clay balls would have been.
So, Aquarium Thoughts, if you have these skills, I have another design idea for you. For a 5-gallon bucket top, give us something to put on the top of the bucket to pour and save shrimp and fry and let other stuff through into the bottom of the bucket, like a paint strainer for aquarium hobbyists. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't understand how you would do that. I want to understand like what.
Depends on how big the other particles would be.
Well,
Oh,
anything that was a best guess from someone in the hobby would be better than something designed for painting.
See, the hard part of that would be the size. Because with 3D printers, sometimes you're kind of limited on the size.
Oh,
You'd need a big table 3D printer for the 5-gallon bucket lid.
sorry, I shouldn't even bring this up. I tried to find one at my local hardware store, and I need to go to a big box store to actually test a paint strainer that fits on top of a bucket.
You could probably there's probably ways
Because they do exist.
Yeah.
I don't know how good they are, but
Let's see here.
you know, periodically I have to clean off duckweed, and I risk taking shrimp fry, and so I need to strain it off in a bucket.
I know your pain.
Look at the clear bucket. Wait 24 hours before I don't know, give the duckweed away to somebody and rescue the shrimp fry.
The hard part is going to get the hard part is going to get a strainer that's going to be big enough for the duckweed to flow through, but not your shrimp.
Yeah, I don't expect any solution for that. Just maybe
That's what I meant. Like
a half solution.
There's no solution.
Give me a half solution.
A half solution. My only guess on this would be
the perfect thing would be give me 3 layers. Give me my shrimp fry that I didn't shake off with my comb, or and give me my my pond shrimp, and give me my duckweed on 3 different.
Guppy Guru. Do you know who Guppy Guru is? He has.
I do.
Solution. He uses like
the most optimistic guy on YouTube.
Yeah, no, but he actually he does have a duckweed catcher that is good if you have fry and stuff like that. It'll just take the duckweed out and not your fry will just fall through.
I bought hair picks last week,
and it's still like 99 cents kind of. I guess it's a strainer that's kind of large holes.
Oh yeah, I know what those are.
Yeah.
Let me see. Give me a second.
Yeah, some old school aquarium keepers. When I said I used a comb for duckweed, they said buy hair picks. So this dude bought hair picks.
Yeah, like that, kind of like that, but less surface area with the plastic. Like so, even more holy.
What I like about the hair picks and the comb is I can shake them a little bit to get the fry to swim away. Be like, no, not today. While I go for the duckweed. Like,
so you still want to keep your duckweed, or you want to like eradicate it?
In dirted tanks, I feel like duckweed is my nutrient buffer.
Balancer. So it doesn't.
The other thing is that when I have shrimp fry in, whether I want to remove it or not, there's no safe way to remove it all. So I have to live with some of it because I'm supporting the shrimp.
Yeah. Here was my solution to duckweed, but then again, I didn't have to worry about.
This isn't a 2.5, so like.
Yeah. Here's my solution that I didn't have to worry about fry. Let's see here.
My bigger tanks, I can separate much easier, but
that was my solution right there.
protein skimmer,
Pretty much.
surface skimmer.
I do use the Fluval skimmer in my utility tanks to suck duckweed down.
Yeah.
But I
used to
still
have that one.
I wouldn't use that with shrimp.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't have to worry about shrimp, so I didn't. So it worked for me.
That
But
one is junk.
yeah. What
I
I,
used
what
to
actually
have this.
what I did eventually was I removed that little part that's moving up and down, and I just had just the whole piece skimming the surface rather than
Oh,
so that didn't work that well doing that way. But I did change it out. I don't know if I show that or not in any of these videos.
that is really interesting. Because really, if all you're trying to do is collect duckweed,
Yeah.
who cares about monitoring the surface level, the float?
Yeah. Yeah, so I just got rid of that. I don't know if I show that or not. But I eventually just got rid of that part and I started to just because
Stick it
that's
higher up.
I had it gets clogged up there.
Yeah, I mean, all those units have such tiny foam.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, one day the filter's clogged.
Yeah. Well, this was I just run this just to remove the duckweed and then I take it back out.
Right, right.
So it's not a permanent solution by any means. I don't think I actually showed it. Yeah, I don't think I showed it unless I have it saved on another computer.
No, but that graphic totally makes sense.
Yeah, and then I kind of what I did though, what I had to do was I angled it a little bit, so I had a lip on one side, and all the duckweed would just flow into that little container.
Yep.
But like I said, I didn't have to worry about fry or shrimp. So
Right.
any fry I would had would be like Maltese fry or a pesto fry, and those typically don't go that high.
Yeah, so the remaining skimmers I just run in utility tanks, and some of those are just for plant cuttings. And those plant cuttings come with duckweed, and running the skimmer says goodbye to the duckweed.
Yeah. Last time I got plants, I had duckweed. I just kind of just quickly removed the duckweed out of whatever body of water I was doing, and I had great success with that so far. So
I think it's only my 2.5 gallon tanks where duckweed's still really a problem, because you're working with like 4 inches by, I don't know, 16 inches of surface area.
yeah. The only tank I would have to worry about my duckweed would probably be my Shelly tank. If it happened to be in my Babuna tank, the Babunas would probably just chow that stuff down. Luckily, I don't have any of my tanks right now. Surprisingly.
One choice I made with my tubs that I set up this year, having not done them before, is I saw a lot of people doing tubs with floating plants, and especially duckweed, just to breed. And since I don't have breeding experience, but I do have planted experience, I was like, I'm going to do a substrate and I'm going to plant, and I'm not taking any duckweed with me at all. So I went with plants, and ironically, the side effect is my the shrimp I put in and the white clouds probably won't have enough time in this Vermont summer to actually breed, because I could only find small ones. So, by the time mid-September kicks in, or, whenever frost hits and I got to move him inside, I probably missed the window, but it was still good practice.
Yeah. The only floating plants I have in my little pond thing is water hyacinth, and I'm probably going to remove most of that sometime soon. But right now, I'm looking at the pond I have some dwarf water lilies in there, as well as parrot feather, and they're doing great at covering the water.
Do you have to break down your tubs for winter, Dave?
Who, me?
Yeah.
If I'm running a tub, I probably would, unless I'm keeping some colder water fish. My pond is going to be year round.
Where are you
So
again?
how about the
California?
water hyacinth?
Southern California, yes.
The water hyacinths will survive.
What are
That's a
your
question.
winter temperatures?
The lowest ever typically goes probably 50s at night. Maybe probably a few instances of in the 40s, but very rarely.
Oh, that's fine. That should be fine.
Yeah.
Probably won't.
I used to have a 80 gallon on my back porch before out here, and it went well. With no heater.
Yeah, my winters are going to be in the negative numbers, double digits.
That's
Don't
not
worry.
fine.
About a decade, you'll be fine with global warming.
No.
But I did make sure to do 320 tubs rather than 100 so that I can actually carry them inside without water, when October happens, and then try to run them inside and then bring them out for Vermont springtime.
20-gallon tubs?
20-ish. I don't know. I found them at Tractor Supply, I think. They're cylinders, or no, conical sections.
20-gallon
They're tubs.
tubs.
They're cylindrical. No, they're conical section tubs.
Let's see here.
Maybe they're 18 gallons. Maybe they're 20 gallons.
Yeah, a bunch of different
I
things.
haven't. They're in my outdoor tank tub videos.
Yeah, I found a 2-gallon one. Yeah. That's where I went and got my 110-gallon thing for my pond. Went to Tractor Supply. Was it like a round feeder?
Maybe.
That one. I found a 15-gallon one on that. 6.5.
I won't underestimate my ability to confuse a 15-gallon for a 20-gallon. They're pretty close to the human eye.
I'm sure 20-gallon exists. I'm still on the second page,
You know how many times people sold me a 10-gallon tank on Craigslist, and I went there and it's actually a 20-gallon?
I believe it.
That's a lot better than the other way around.
And then they argue with me. It's like, oh, this is a 20-gallon.
take
It's not a 10-gallon. I came here for a 10. I was like, no, this is a 10-gallon. I was like,
Okay.
no, it's not. I'll take it anyway. Fine.
How are your prices on Craigslist over there?
HC, Karen's wrong.
Karen.
She's wrong.
Missing some comments here.
Kevin's also wrong.
I can't see the correct comments. What's the latest comments? 50 in the winter. That's cute. Try my negative 50. Let's see here. Now I lost my train of thought.
Oh, Cody commented on the hair pics. Yep.
Yeah.
And the temperature.
Yes, he did. Well, if I'm where I grew up, I wouldn't be able to do a year round.
Wait, where is Cody?
I want to say Australia.
Okay.
I could be wrong on that though, so don't quote me on that, please.
This
I'm probably
hobby crosses time zones for sure.
Let's see here. Let's see, 1 gallon. Where was it? Ah, here it is. Is this the one? Let me share that. My StreamYard is being funky. I can't see the new comments. Let's see. I'm afraid to reload. I could probably reload. This is the one you're talking about?
Oh, that's pretty close.
Close. Okay, but that's cigar. No cigar. Okay.
Mine are at least 15. I'd swear mine are a little bit steeper on the tank angle. But
that could be. This is just what I. This
let me think whether it was actually Tractor Supply or whether it was Lowe's.
Yeah.
That I actually, because I browsed one and I bought from the other.
Yeah.
I think I bought from Lowe's actually.
Yeah. I am gonna try.
But yeah, it was that kind of shape of thing. It was something that I knew I could pick it up and move it indoors before or when frost hit.
Yeah, something easy. I'm gonna try to reload my screen here. Give me 1 second. I hope I don't lose you guys, but
What happened?
He said he's doing a reload.
Oh, okay, Codyson's in Iowa. Okay.
Looks good. Oh, Iowa.
Okay. I grew up a few states over in Ohio.
Interesting. So that's kind of mid-range for big temperature fluctuations, but still gets cold. Still gets hot.
Let's see here. Too many things open right now. Okay, there we go. So you have what's the largest Fluval 3.0 that you have?
I have 3 of the 15 to 24s.
Okay.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the nanos in use, 4 not in use. So I hope to have my dream tank is a low boy walk around, and that would be a fun way to use those 4 remaining nanos, like on the edge.
Gotcha.
Like a freshwater version of what you go to an aquarium for the tidal pool tanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Fluvals. I have the 3.0. I used that on my Planet tank, like I said earlier. My previous tank, though, when I had it, I actually had it. I got those hanging whatever accessory to hang them. And then I like that. I got one of the Aqua Skies at like Petco for like $25 when they had them on clearance.
Huh. One light I was always tempted by was the AI Prime, and they came out with a couple versions. I think they had a second generation freshwater version, but it was even more expensive than the Fluval was.
I really like the Bluetooth connectivity and running the app and all the light levels that you could change.
Yep.
But I know with my Maltese tank, I don't run the lights very bright on that. I have it dimmed down. Because with that, I don't really need a lot of light in there, and I don't want the light to grow the algae, so I really don't have any plants in that either right now. So
Yeah, I spent a lot of time dialing my light settings so that I wouldn't grow too much algae, but I would grow just enough for my shrimp and autos.
yeah,
And that was really the balancing act that I felt like I had to do with my dirted substrate.
yeah, that's one
And
thing.
it was fun to get it right.
Yeah. I probably need to adjust mine a little bit because I'm still growing a bunch of algae. But then again, it's not too bad. But it's a point where once in a while I do have to clean it out. But when I do clean it out, it's at least extra food for my babunas.
I like the algae. I like growing some algae. I don't consider it bad. You know, algae, biofilm, mulm. I don't gravel vac. All that's food for some of my favorite fish and shrimp.
Yeah, I only clean out when it gets too bad, when it's kind of getting too covered. But then it's just free food for my babunas at that point.
No lowboy tanks available in Australia. I see that in chat from GRB Aquatics.
Wow.
Although what I will say about Australians is that they build their own boats, they build their own tanks.
They can build their own tanks. We could do it too. I never
maybe out of fiberglass, and they might not be able to see out of it.
Excuse me.
I would love to get a low boy as well, but I have no space, no place that I could put it. Not anywhere that my wife would want, anyways.
Yeah, me not yet either, but I don't know. I feel like I've learned to adjust my goals throughout my life for my hobbies, so that my goals match my budget. So rather than having a goal of a fish room, you know, I'll have a goal of a 40 breeder that I can walk around.
Yeah, my 40 breeder was originally going to be a coffee table, but
That's what I'm talking about.
When I moved, though, that changed and it became my Shelly tank. But I used to have my Shellys in a 20 long.
You're just gonna DIY the coffee table? Like,
Was
make
it?
shift yourself? You're just gonna
Really?
DIY your coffee table?
No. I just never got around to it, and then we moved. We got a new place, so
Be right back.
yeah. I just never got around to make it, and it just became a different tank. And at this point, I don't think I can convince my wife to allow me to do it. So
You just gotta do it. Just don't ask.
if someone released low boy tanks here, I'm sure they would be very popular. There's a business you could get into, GRB.
They're popular here too, and they are here, but yeah, I don't know why they don't just make more. Because they sell out.
Yeah.
They're hard to find here too.
Yeah. How are you talking about Craigslist earlier? How are your prices on Craigslist? Are they out of whack?
They're too high for me. I think. Yeah, I don't understand. Like people sell like a 10-gallon for like $35. I mean, well, I mean, if you wanted it right now, you could find those prices. But if you like keep looking every day, then they do come down to like 10 gallons or less. $10 or less for a 10-gallon.
Yeah.
But then like those get bought up real fast, right? So that's why you have to keep looking. And that's why you always see those expensive ones because no one's buying it. That's why it's still posted.
Yeah, I just see too many high priced, and then they're like, "Oh, but I'm including a filter, my substrate." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't
I don't want
stuff I don't want. Stuff I already have plenty of.
I don't want your stupid decorations
I don't need SpongeBob in my tanks.
and your rainbow gravel. No,
Not
thank
that I have anything against it, but that's your taste." And it's never the good filters either. It's like this crappy filters. It's never like the FX4.
Yeah. Like people who's selling their aquarium stuff is never like good keepers. So it's like you don't want their stuff. You just want the tank.
Yeah.
Just want the tank. Yeah.
And I think they think that you get what they paid for it almost sometimes.
Yeah. They don't,
including the amount of price that they paid
mentality
for
from
it.
us. Yeah. We just want a bargain. We just want a tank. $1 per gallon. Beat that or no.
So I remember an aquarium co-op video I watched, and it sounded like a good metric. I'd swear that Corey said that above 55 gallons, he wouldn't bother resealing a used tank. He would just buy a new one. And
Why?
if you think of a tank in terms of insurance and the value of your livestock, I don't know, what number would you put on that as a hobbyist? I mean, personally, I don't know if I would trust any used tank above 20 gallons.
I don't
for my insurance risk.
I haven't bought a brand new tank, and I have many tanks that's over 50. Well, okay, not many over 55, but
You have more data than I do.
Are new. I've never bought a new over 55 tank. I have not had issues. I do reseal my own tanks.
You do?
Okay.
Yeah, I did reseal my
I'm
own.
sorry. I should say I have not tried to reseal tanks, so I'm not offering any. I'm not saying I've tried to do that. So I'm going to listen to you guys.
Yeah,
I might use, but I never resealed.
Yeah, I've done both. I've not resealed, but I've resealed. Like I just kind of look at the existing seal, and if it looks old and torn up and peeling, then it's like, okay, well, just redo it. It's not that hard, you just cut it off, put a new layer on, you're good to go. I've had brand new tanks leak on me.
Oh.
But I haven't had used tanks that I resealed myself leak on me. So I trust more.
You trust his own
tanks that I'll reseal.
I mean, that's another thing too. I mean, you have a new tank just leak, and at least with a used, even with a used one that isn't resealed, hopefully they're not selling because it's leaking. But most likely, if it's not leaking, then it's probably been tested long enough.
Maybe tanks are like electronics, where it's like it's either going to fail in the first 30 days, or it's going to live its lifetime.
Sometimes moving it around will cause that too. Like just took that little shift, and it broke that seal, and it's gonna leak in that one spot.
When I moved to my new place, I actually had one of my 20 longs crack, and I didn't notice it cracked. Yeah, it cracked.
Do you fear that you were the one who did it?
I have no clue. At one point, it cracked. I was just picking it up one time to move, and then I'm like, "What's this crack doing here?"
Do you think you had a sketchy piece of furniture under that tank that maybe wasn't square?
It wasn't even filled. It was an empty tank.
Oh,
So at some point, I must have tapped it on something and it just cracked. Well, I'll tell you one thing: with glass, it's a fickle beast. Working in grocery, I had one of those 1.5 liter bottles of wine. I went to go bag it into a bag. Next thing, it just flew out of my hand and landed on the hard tile. Did not break. Another time, I was loading a bottle of whiskey onto a shelf. I give it a light tap accidentally on the shelf. All of a sudden,
the
there goes
whole
the
shelf.
whiskey. Sometimes it's just
that wasn't your fault.
no.
That was the glass's fault.
So I bought a 12-gallon rimless like wide tank through a forum this spring, and I tracked the shipping, and then I watched the truck drive back and forth along my street like 4 times waiting for the delivery. Like I sat outside in a chair, and then eventually they stopped, and I was like, "Hey, I'm here for the delivery of this aquarium." And then the guy's like, "Sorry," and he drives away, and my delivery status changes. I can't remember the words they used, but it got returned to sender, and it basically meant that the tank broke. The tank broke, and maybe it broke driving back and forth in front of my driveway.
Do you have a lot of speed bumps on that street?
There was road construction going on, unfortunately. So that's how I ended up with Apex leak detectors and a lunar light kit, because that was the way that the seller could let me respend my money. So now I can detect leaks in 2 places, and I have these little LEDs that light up on the lunar schedule in the edge of my bedroom, which, I don't know, it's kind of cool. Yeah. Maybe reefers like it.
Yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to pick up a couple of leak detectors, which I know there's some that work with smart things, so I might have to look into that. Yeah, right to my smart things thing.
I actually have a video on my channel of my couple tanks getting vibrated by the road construction.
Well, luckily I don't have to worry about that right now.
I have a leak detector that I don't use.
I live in a village where they're like redoing the whole road, and they're putting all the power lines and telecom conduits all below, all underground, but it's very loud. And when they tamp down the, their road substrate, it shakes everything.
Yeah. The only thing I have to worry about around here is trains going by, and it doesn't cause a lot of vibration. That and earthquakes. It's fun watching it in video of like things, the water in the aquarium just kind of swaying.
Yeah, that video I mentioned, standing waves happen on the surface of the water.
I know when was it? I think it was like last year when I went to Lake Tahoe. It's like I think the day before on 4th of July, there was an earthquake in California that was like 7.1. It's probably 150 miles away from where I lived with my tanks. And my what was it? My you can see in my camera that you could see that like the water just kind of just going back and forth in my main aquarium. It wasn't major or anything, but you could actually see the water level kind of sway a little bit. Which was actually, it's on my channel somewhere too, but
Is it titled?
Huh?
That we could find? Is it titled something that we could find it?
Let me see here. Probably, yeah.
I might be able to show mine too through since you guys got me onto Chrome for this.
Let's see here. Let me see let me see how high. Actually, if you search for Aquarium Earthquake under YouTube, it's the first video.
Oh, nice.
At least on my search, anyways. I don't know about your guys's.
Aquarium Earth.
Tell me what's the first one for you guys.
Okay. It is you. It is you. Wow, you're the first hit. That's nice. Okay.
I mean, it's nothing major on that, but keep in mind it was from like 150 miles away on a 7.1. Actually, let me do it this way here.
This is exciting.
I'm going to show mine next then.
Here, let me just share it on the screen here for everyone.
Hey, you're wearing the same shirt.
Am I wearing the Otter Creek one?
Yes. What are the chances?
Did you say Otter Creek?
Otter Creek Aquatics, yes.
Otter or Otto?
Otter.
So Vermont has an Otter Creek, which is where I am.
Vermont?
Huh?
Is Kendall in Vermont?
Who?
Kendall, Otter Creek Aquarium.
He's in Indiana.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
I'm sure there's multiple creeks that are Otter Creeks.
That full screen now?
You know, did I see this already?
You might have already seen it.
On July 5th, 2019,
July 5th.
8:22
I didn't comment.
time, a 7.1 earthquake struck Ridgecrest, California, which is
Can you hear the audio on that?
150 miles from where
Yes, I hear you, Otto.
The following clip is going to show you guys how my tank right here, which is my main tank in the living room, reacted to that earthquake.
Yeah, nothing. Like I said, nothing
Keep
major.
in mind, what you want to look at is the light above the tank, as well as the water level.
Oh man, I see the light moving.
There. First, you're going to see movement on the light. You're going to see a little bit of a sway, and then you will actually see the water movement. So let's go take a look at that clip, and stay tuned for afterwards. I'm going to give you my suggestions on how you guys can prepare for earthquakes and other natural disasters.
Yeah, definitely you see the lights swaying first. Oops.
Oh, yeah.
And then you'll see the water go. Look at the water levels. And of course, I was in Lake Tahoe, about like 10 hours away at this time. So if anything did happen, I would have been out of luck.
See, that's where I like the Apex, because you could monitor your tanks remotely.
Okay.
That's all much more hopeful.
Was it?
I said that's all much more hopeful.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, water detection wouldn't really help in that situation because I wouldn't be able to do anything until I got back. But that was on my surveillance, which I actually checked out when I was actually in Lake Tahoe at the time. Those pneumatic rollers are insane. The vibration they cause. That's from GRB. But yeah, I mean, if I was at home, yeah, or if I was like closer by, I could easily get to where I need to be. If I had a leak.
Yep.
Yeah. What time is it for you, AC? 1?
12.
12. Gotcha.
I'm such a wimp. I'm tired already.
And here it's like 3 a.m. for me, and I'm like, I'm wide awake right now. Don't worry. Once I end the
Did you
stream,
guys see this?
No. Oh wait, hold on. Give me a second here. Let me add to the stream. So you might want to stop and restart it.
Maybe I should just give you the link. Would that be better?
Nah. Oh, you can post a link or
No, we can watch it here.
The link might perform better if, but I don't know if it would go through since I'm not a mod.
Then we can get your commentary as we watch it.
Here. Go to the top of the StreamYard. You should see private chat somewhere. Do we still have private chat in here?
I see private chat.
I see it.
I don't see private chat. What am I missing?
All right, I posted a link to private chat.
Oh, I see private chat. Never mind. They moved it.
They moved it. Not for me.
I'm going to stop my share screen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get out of here. Here we go.
I'm going to just share it on the same page so I don't have to.
This is certainly not my favorite video of my aquariums. This is me like worrying about.
So there's road construction.
That's an interesting rim you have there.
Come on, you.
Cover or something.
It's a weird Italian tank. The light I added later.
Outside my apartment. It's shaking the whole house, including my aquariums. Look at that, it's even shaking bubbles out of the substrate.
Road construction shaking my aquarium. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh, dang.
There we go.
Wow.
Cannot wait for this to be over.
At that point, I'd probably just keep my water level lower.
I stopped. I definitely stopped topping it off for a bit.
Man.
Okay, there. That's
Road
enough.
construction shaking my aquariums. You should change your title to Aquarium Earthquake and see if you can complete the game. Let's see who wins.
They tell me that the construction is going to end at some point.
It always does, and then they just start over again.
No, I'm liking this because all the power poles are gonna go away in my little village.
That's nice.
It's a
I
nice.
wish they did that here. Yeah.
But my driveway has been a nightmare for a year. But
What do you-
considering everything else that's been going on,
That's nothing. Wait until the aliens in the end of the year. But I guess they probably picked a good time to do that stuff.
Yeah. Do everything now. All road constructions.
Get it all done and over with.
yep.
When everyone else is suffering doing other things at home.
They're saying I don't have to go to work until like next summer. So that's a whole year from now.
Wow.
Think about wow.
That long? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What's your industry, HC?
I work at a university in the IT.
Oh. IT, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Software developer.
I'm IT. I wish I was at the university level right now and not.
I'm not even sure when I'm going back.
I mean, we still get paid. Actually, we're like way busier than usual because what we do is we make paper into electronic. That's pretty much what I do. So I'm super busy right now because everyone wants to go paperless. Every process.
Yep.
Yep.
Underground utilities are awesome, GRB. Unless something breaks.
Yeah, let me catch up on the chat here.
Well, it's taking StreamYard a while to catch up.
We're averaging one chat every 10 minutes. Come on, Cody-san and GRB.
Yeah. As you can see, I did have the same shirt. Although this one, as you can see, it's been well wore. It's not as bright, and the black is fading.
So Otter Creek, that's pretty funny. So all of the used Subarus I've bought have been from a place called Auto Creek, and it's next to Otter Creek in Vermont. So I think four Subarus from there.
Let's see here.
Auto Creek.
Auto Creek.
Yes.
Auto Creek.
Yeah, I wonder where.
After I watched your video, you know how there's autoplay? And I was just letting it play, and I was catching my eye. It was King and Queen of Cichlids. He went to a fish store and he just touched what's his name? Michael's Fish Room. You know who Michael's Fish Room? He just had a heart attack.
Yeah.
He like touched his boob. He was like patted him on the chest. I guess to say like, "Oh, you look like you're doing okay," but it looked funny. Sorry, I just caught my eye. It's like, what the hell?
I feel like I need to jump into the actual chat because I think GRB is way ahead of us.
Yeah, they are a little bit ahead of us on that side.
Minutes.
Although the video is behind, but the chat's ahead.
Well,
I know I gotta keep the audio correct.
I'm watching the actual chat, and actually, let's compare. Well, it's around the same. It's not that behind.
Well, I was waiting for a long time to get that Underground Utilities is awesome chat on the StreamYard chat, just so I could post it on the screen. That's why I ended up. I'll just say it, and next to it, after I said it, then it was on the screen.
That was about 10 seconds.
Was it 10 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
That utility one, that one took longer than 10 seconds, though.
Oh, yeah?
It took about 30 seconds. StreamYard's drunk tonight.
StreamYards always has a delay.
A lot of things.
But it's the only way to host people, right?
No.
No.
Or unless you want to go through like Zoom with OBS or something.
Yeah. There's Restream.io. I just don't like that one.
Yeah, it crashed on. Was it you?
I saw Ro try that, and she got booted like 3 times.
It was her. Yes, it was her. Yeah, it was terrible.
I didn't like the interface. Guests would not be able to see the chat on the screen like StreamYard. The only thing I really liked better on the Restream was the fact that this little watermark is smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pay your way out of any watermark.
Yeah, but who wants to pay $25 a month for this?
Oh, is that what they charge?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what StreamYard charges, $25 a month. I spent enough money on this hobby and doing YouTube and everything else I do associated with it.
Interesting.
I pay less in web hosting for the year.
I think I tried Streamlabs briefly, and I still have yet to do a live stream, by the way, just, but I want to figure it out. And I think I signed up for Streamlabs, but since I'd already donated on another stream, they'd incremented my. Shoot, I can't hear myself.
What?
Am I still live?
Yes, you're still live.
Oh, I'm sorry. I switched to I have another window open with the chat. Anyway, I tried Streamlabs, but since I'd donated on some other stream, they were like, yeah, we can offer you this address -2. And it was like I don't know. Anyway, and then I tried OBS and it used less of my processor, at least on a Mac. I can't say on a PC. But OBS was 80% of what Streamlabs was, and I didn't need any of the gamer templates.
OBS on the Mac is missing a lot of features in the PC version. I have it both installed on my Mac and my PC because I run a virtual Windows installation on my Mac. And I installed it on both, and I did a comparison. There's a lot more features on the PC version. So I'm actually running this through my virtual machine it's through Parallels.
Huh.
On my Windows side, even though I'm on a Mac.
Let's see. Maybe I'll install this right now and see if that works for me.
That's really interesting.
Well, before you couldn't even install it on a Mac a few years ago.
Yeah.
At least you can now. So it's slowly they're gonna slowly implement all the features, but
OBS video that you use?
Because I have a Mac that I use from work for some of my stuff, but then I also have an old Mac Mini from 2011, and I've definitely upgraded it. But I could definitely feel the difference between OBS's usage of my processors versus Streamlabs.
Yeah, I used Streamlabs before too, and there was a really bad lag. It was unacceptable. As far as when I was.
Oh, so HC, you're talking about OBS Mac versus OBS PC, and not Streamlabs at all.
Not right now. I've used Streamlabs in the past.
Okay.
I'll talk about OBS. Yeah.
Interesting.
But Streamlabs I didn't like because Streamlabs had a really bad lag. When I was streaming, if I was to say something and then I tested it, by the time I saw it on YouTube, it was 30 seconds. So I was like, that's just small,
See what my research is for running OBS on PC is that if you have the right video card, you can let the video card do the encoding. Whereas on most of the Mac systems, you have to let the processor do it, and you gotta have enough cores to pull it off with the frame rate that you want. But if we're looking at the future of Mac OS, they're going to their own processors. I can't say much about it, but don't count on if you're gonna stay on Mac, don't count on using your video card for the encoding in the future.
Yeah, it depends on how they go, I suppose.
I'm not on the tower Mac. I'm on a laptop, so even worse.
What I mean is that Intel is starting to go away in Mac
They're not
processors.
Intel anymore. Well, hopefully they make a better product, or they're doing that for a reason, not just to save money.
They've I have definitely read up on their rendering techniques. They said one of the things I read is that the new rendering model that they're going to be using, with their graphics card embedded with the main processor, is that rather than rendering scenes with the occluded pixels, they're not going to do that work anymore. I don't know. If you look at like Mac Rumors or 9 to 5 Mac or one of those sites, you'll see. Basically, it sounds like the premise is that their previous graphics cards were doing all this heavy lifting, and now it's like, why bother heavy lifting when your scene is in the shadows?
Are they saying it's just not worth it?
I think the way I read it is, why do all this computational work for stuff that the person on the screen can't see?
Having no payoff. Yeah.
So if you can cut out all that work, then you can make your processor focus on what's viewable to the person at the screen.
Yeah.
So don't render anything that you can't see, and then block it out later.
So basically compress it.
Not even compress it. Don't do the work of computing it. Like if it's off screen, don't compute it. So the way I understood it is that current like PC gaming graphics cards will render every pixel, and then later, they'll cut out what you don't need to see. You know what I mean?
So if the camera is seeing
the shadows will happen after the rendering. So I think the model Apple's trying to go with is, why bother? Don't render. If it's on scene, render the heck out of it and use the whole processor for it. And since they're breaking from Intel, they're not doing an external graphics card. It's all there. It's not moving in and out of PCI buses and all that stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can do is wait and see.
I mean, I'm definitely going to buy a last generation Intel Mac of some sort so that I can, watch this transformation happen from the Intel side before I buy into the new ARM side.
When is this supposed to happen?
I mean, you're probably using ARM stuff in your iPhone already and your iPad Pro.
I don't have an iPad Pro. Those things are expensive.
Anyway, the rumors are it's going to show up in a MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
let's say 6 months from now. Don't take my word for it.
Okay, so the next one. I just
We'll
got
probably get one more generation of Intel processors for some of the machines, and then it's going to be all ARM.
okay.
Until they change their mind again. Probably a decade or two from now. Probably find a different processing set.
They didn't go back to PowerPC.
But they went to a different processor.
Yep. We didn't get a CD drive back. DVD is gone.
Yep. That's all outdated technology to begin with, though.
Unless you do TurboTax and you buy it from Costco.
Say again?
If you do TurboTax and you buy it from Costco, they still sell it in CD form.
But do
So
they
I
give
have
you?
to find someone. Have to find someone with an external, like DVD CD thing to install it.
They don't give you a software key for that.
Oh my God, that's a web app now.
Do they? I don't know. I just
Probably do.
Cody,
the video.
Cody, can I give you double claps for that comment? Can you find that on Napster for us, please?
See, that's what I was talking about, the compression of the video. MP3ing the video. I get what you're saying now. They're just... would rendering on the fly be the word for it?
I don't think I'm enough of an expert to speak specifically to that. I think if I was going to describe it anyway, I would say that maybe Apple and other developers, heck, phone developers, have realized unless you're a gaming company, there's no reason to have the GPU separate from the CPU. Unless you're gaming or science data or cloud computing, or the CPU can be the GPU.
I like that. I like that thought.
If it fits in a backpack,
Yeah.
one is
Two.
you can put it all in one.
Yeah.
If it's in a data center, yeah, it's different.
But how would that affect video processing? That's gonna be the question.
I mean, I feel like I'm repeating Apple's sales pitch, but what I read was basically that the old model for video cards was render every pixel, then decide what to show to the viewer. Now, maybe across all the OSs, they're going to change this. But I think the more modern idea is don't render anything no one can see. I'm sure someone knows more about this than I do.
Yeah, probably. Or we're just fish channels talking about technology, so
yeah, but we're the final nerds standing for this particular evening.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is why we only.
So we'll at least try to nerd correctly, with all due humbleness.
I've been out of the loop on computers for a while now, but
I mean, honestly, I've been tempted to build a PC just for OBS, even though I'm not necessarily ready to stream. I just might want to get the tech right.
Yeah, or you just use StreamYard like everyone else.
Say again?
Or you just use StreamYard like or you just use StreamYard like everyone else.
Yeah.
Although the more of the bigger channels, I think use just OBS solutions.
Yeah, it was really interesting testing Streamlabs versus OBS on the Mac, because one of them really Streamlabs, that extra 20% made the fans run like mad. It was you could hear the difference.
Yeah.
For their extra graphical options.
Yeah, supposedly they make it easier for the end user, but it uses up more processing because of that. I would say, do a little bit more work, get used to OBS, rather than Labs OBS.
Let's see.
I tried some stuff so I could use my phone as a source for OBS, and I haven't used it live, but I tested it myself, and there was a significant delay, but it did work, and that was kind of interesting. So you could use that for like a tank view.
Yeah, what's the gist of that? How did you added your phone as a camera or something?
Yeah, basically, let's see.
You have to install something on your phone?
I think there was a phone app. Let me
Is it OPS Studio that you use? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I'm using OBS. I
Studio?
I don't want to do Streamlabs right now.
I'm on OBS right now.
Now, when you say OBS, is it OBS Studio that you're using?
OBS 2508 Pro. That's what it says it is.
On the Mac, the app is just labeled OBS. I'm not on it on this stream.
Open Broadcaster software?
It does.
Right now, I'm just on, your Streamlabs connection. Okay. Or, I mean, StreamYard connection.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
But
what I've tested is OBS.
This one right here?
So when I open the application, it just says OBS 225. But then when I go to About, it does say OBS Studio 25.
Okay, so you're using that one then. Okay.
It is Studio, yeah.
So, yeah. Dope. It works better because it's open source.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm trying to get it running on my laptop here.
You said you could add a phone? Your phone must be I can understand.
It's kind of a real-time streaming protocol thing with the phone. Like, there's significant latency, but you could definitely use it for, remote view of a tank, where you're not trying to talk through that phone. Does that make sense?
Right. Yes. Okay, maybe I don't want to use that then.
You might just don't use a human.
I would
OBS camera. That's the app. OBS camera.
So sometimes when I stream, I'll have like this view when I'm talking to the audience, and then I'll want to switch to my phone. Like, okay, let's walk around and look at some tanks, right?
Oh.
Are you saying there's some latency there? What if I'm talking through
the app I'm talking about would not be practical for a human. It would be practical for a wireless view of a tank, in my opinion.
Which I have done.
Unless you use the app the whole time, and then you and the app would be on the same delay. Does that make sense?
Well, you're basically presenting through the app versus.
So I would say if you use this app, use it as a background camera, so that it doesn't matter what the latency or delay is.
Well, or you use it as the primary and you stay on it the whole time, so that the latency that's just what the stream is on, right? in sync with that.
Yeah, but you might go crazy trying to be the human with that delay.
Okay, well, I'll play with it. It's called. My phone's in the house. OBS.
Let me check again. OBS Camera is the iOS app,
Okay.
and then you're able to. So you set that up, and then with your computer that's hooked up to your network,
So
it becomes a source.
So what you're saying, it's an actual app on your phone.
Right.
Is there a possibility that there might be a better app out there?
This was the best one I found. And it's moderately acceptable.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
What I want to do, since you have the same camera as me, is learn how to stream via our camera.
Hey, do you guys want a tech tip that I just learned about today? GoPro Hero 8. They have a beta version to use that as a webcam for Macs with PC support coming.
No, I'm going to try something. Oh, wait, no, darn it. I don't have the cables. Never mind. Oh, wait, no. I'll be right
Is
back.
that wireless?
Wired.
Oh, wired. Okay. Because
Amazing that we are waiting for this feature in 2020.
I know. That seems like a no-brainer. Like that's why is that not already there? No, but I would want it to be wireless because then I could walk around freely without being tied to the laptop.
I have heard about ways to use maybe the Osmo Action wirelessly linked via like an iPhone. But I think you have to initiate the streaming via a very specific app. I don't know if
See, that's why this Streamlabs has been pretty good because I've been able to do just that, is to connect with my phone and with my computer, just both, invite myself to the stream, and then I can, like switch which ones I want to present. Like it does all the work for you.
yeah.
And it works.
Yeah,
OBS,
so like what I was
complicated.
talking about with that Osmo Action Cam, I think it might require an iPhone to initiate the connection. And I think anyone who wants to do a reliable stream really wants to work from a computer.
Yeah.
Unless they're on the road.
Well,
So
if you do mobile in the house is if you want to travel around your room more. It's a lot more easier carrying a phone around than your laptop.
Yeah.
Unless you can move around your web camera a little bit easier, like this.
But Dave, I want to use our camera because
good point.
Better focus. I can use manual focus, and it's just a better camera.
If you're using OBS, you probably connect it via HDMI to your computer that way. Have a HDMI input into your computer and work it that way.
If you're starting in 2020, you're not going to want to do HDMI input. Like personally, I bought two Logitech Brios so that I wouldn't have to do an external converter. But then that hammers my processor, it hammers my GPU.
But I know.
So, if I was on a PC, maybe I would have been better off with an external HDMI, input box. Who knows?
Yeah. I know with the Panasonic Lumixes, there is a way to do webcams, but I do not believe the G7 is part of that.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that right one second.
So you have the HDMI cord, right?
They come with
Did you
one?
buy it? No, did you buy the HDMI cord?
It didn't come with one?
No, mine didn't come with one.
Okay, then I don't have one.
Oh, Well, I bought mine used, so I don't know.
Let's see here.
I think we talked about this last time, Dave. I think we were shopping for one, and I didn't end up buying
I
it.
might I might just do something. I might just buy a HDMI something to input via a USB and see how it works for me.
Yeah, you go first.
But
The-
see, I'm running Linux.
The,
So
the Logitech Brio 4K cameras, if you're going to spend money on webcams, that's the way to spend it.
Logitech
Get on
Brio.
a waiting list at Best Buy
Hmm.
because Amazon's going to take months to get them back in stock. I'm risking getting more for myself by telling you this.
Yeah, here's one for 270. Ultra
Nope.
HD.
Nope. Don't spend more than $200. Don't
No,
buy sketchy. Don't buy sketchy ones.
What do you mean? This one I'm using is a sketchy one.
$200.
I'm just saying for that model.
Yeah. See Brio. 270. Yeah, that's all I'm seeing is the 270s or 290s.
The only way I've found that's trustworthy is to get on a Best Buy waiting list. So you don't get scammed.
Yeah, I'm not too worried too much on my.
I don't know. They're pretty nice. They're USB C on the camera side, and USB A on the device side. But you could theoretically use a USB C cable and future proof yourself if you had a newer device, if that makes sense.
Oh, it looks pretty cool.
$16.
It looks pretty cool.
What?
It's real.
Yeah.
Now, if you pop out the little stand, it actually has a it will screw into a tripod.
200 is a bit too much for me, though.
So it's $200 one or the $70 one that you're talking about?
Oh, 200.
They have another one. I haven't tried it, but I have two of the Brios that I caught when they got restocked at Best Buy, and I use them to film shrimp, and I can. They're cool. I like them. Logitech does now. Logitech's actually they sponsor Streamlabs, so they have a whole interest in this segment of the industry succeeding. They do have another model that I have been tempted to try, that is cheaper and newer, but maybe even harder to find. And I don't know. I felt like it was just worth it to I like the Brio. Works.
Wait, so you have one?
I've got a couple of them, and I can switch between them, which is kind of cool.
I would just watch their commercial. It's really funny.
I didn't watch any commercials.
It's hilarious.
I'm sure it's very cheesy, right?
Yes. It was good. Though.
Come on.
Yeah, zoom in on shrimp. That's the real test. And let us turn auto white balance and autofocus on or off. And they allow that. And so
control those, like the focus and the zoom and all of that? Is
So
it
so
through
they have their own app.
on the
So if you're
computer?
like plugging it into a stream, you'll open that app in a separate window and you'll turn on or off white balance, or maybe you'll like turn white balance on briefly just to get like your face and your forehead right for the lighting, and then you'll lock it so that as you move about the room, you'll still look like you and your tank will still look like your tank.
Okay, last thing, can it swivel?
It has no physical movements on its own, but you can put it on a tripod.
Can it
Now,
swim?
in the interface, you can click left, right, up or down, zoom in or out for a digital field of view. So yes, there is a certain amount of movement.
Yes. Okay. No, because
I don't know, maybe 6, 8
my
clicks in
laptop,
any direction.
I could carry the laptop and swivel it around, but it'll be hard
No,
to
so
like
what
carry
you do is
the
you'd leave your
tripod.
laptop, you'd get a long extension cable, and you'd move this webcam on a tripod, lock it in on a tank, walk back to your laptop, and then adjust the focus, white balance, autofocus, on or off, all that good stuff.
Yeah, but I would be well. So my scenario is I would like to walk around my fish room and have something with me that I could reach at with a reliable camera. I don't want to carry my laptop and the camera at the same time, which is what I'm bound to. My phone doesn't work good enough because the autofocus is terrible, and I can't focus on what I want to focus on.
Ew.
I mean, how do you have a new iPhone? Because
feel like
it's
other
really a
people
new iPhone and 1,000 subscribers
then you
is
stream
going to
for-
give you the LRB experience.
Is that a good experience?
Right?
What does Rachel O'Leary use? I wonder. Whatever she's doing works pretty good.
I'm gonna try
'Cause
something.
I noticed she can read chat and she walks around.
So, I mean,
I don't know what she
HC
uses.
with the app I mentioned on the iPhone, you could totally pull this off, but chatting with people would probably be difficult because
Right.
you'd be
Somewhere else.
you'd be more out of sync. So, like, let's just imagine LRB touring his fish room. I think he's using the YouTube app on his iPhone because he hit his numbers. And so he's real time.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, the last time I streamed, I streamed from my phone just to understand what it's like. The only hard thing about doing that is the screen is kind of small, so it is easy to miss chat because it just runs by, you know. So like once it's out of sight, it's gone. I mean, you can actually like scroll back, but it's not like on the laptop. It's a lot more manageable as far as reading chat. On the phone, it's a lot harder. Yeah, I don't know.
I almost think that for stuff like fish room tours and other kind of things where you celebrate your tanks, that a premiere is better than a live stream, because then you get to be in the audience while your tanks get showcased and the pressure's all off. And I think if you're doing a live stream, then you just put a tank behind you, and maybe you're clever and you put multiple tanks behind you. But I think the walk through the fish room should be a premiere, because otherwise you're either delighting in your tank in your tank room or you're interacting with the chat, and no one has enough brain for both.
Yeah, it's hard. It's definitely hard. and there is no easy way to do it.
Yeah,
So HC, I've seen your stuff. I think you should film a walkthrough of your favorites with no interaction. Just film it. Set it as a premiere with lots of time for us to queue up and watch, and then jump in chat and narrate it for us.
But narration in that case is
I mean typing. Just react.
Yeah, I think that's not really the same. But that brings up a good idea though. You could just pre-film something, and you can go live and share that pre-film thing, and then use StreamYards to do the screen share of the video playing, as a compromise. That's not a bad idea.
I'm just saying that way you can put 100% of yourself into the filming, and then later you can put 100% of yourself as a participant in the stream.
Yeah, the only thing is it's not as live though. Like sometimes if someone has oh, let's see that again or something, like you wouldn't, it wouldn't be easier done. I guess
just imagine like tromping through the woods, because that's what I've done for a couple of my videos. It's like if I was, going through the woods trying to hit a river, I couldn't chat with anybody while I'm doing that, but I'm happy to like relive the journey later where I can't fall.
Yeah, it's not easy.
I'm not even sure if the camera idea would work because you still have a cable anyways.
You don't think it'll work?
Yeah.
You'll have to be tethered.
Huh?
Yeah, it would have to be tethered, right?
I know there's a Wi-Fi function, but it doesn't.
The stuff I mentioned tonight was either tethered GoPro or long delay iPhone app.
What kind of phone do you use, Jesse? Is it Apple or Android?
Android, but I'm soon to get an Apple. Maybe next month or something.
Gotcha.
I was on Apple before, and then they had like this buy one get one free LG special. So like, I talked my wife into like, it's buy one get one free. Let's get this. Let's try Android, and we both like hate it. So we're going back to Apple.
Yeah. Well, I mean, another thing, if you could find a better Android app for it, if you're keeping your old Android, you still use the app on your Android and just have it connected via Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I mean, if there's a recommendation, I totally.
So you have both worlds look for a good app on Android or a good app on Apple for that.
Yeah, we keep all of our devices.
There's always a case for keeping your old devices.
Yeah, we keep them all.
You never know.
Yeah, I have the original iPhone still. Haven't turned it on in years. Probably doesn't even work, but there.
Yeah, that might be a stretch.
Can it even turn on?
It might still turn on.
Well, if it doesn't, I'll sell it. How much is it worth?
$10. No.
Collector.
Do you have the box?
I don't.
Yeah, the box.
No, I don't have the box. That would have been
recycle.
That would have been way better.
I keep way too many boxes for like $12 aquarium filters and stuff.
I don't. I throw them away.
My thing is, okay, am I gonna need it at some point? Am I gonna return it? If not, then it's in the trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why if it's $12, I don't care.
$12 not worth the hassle sometimes to return.
I think it's mostly just because I can't pick a price barrier where it's worth keeping versus not keeping. Like the Fluval light, do I keep? Do I not keep? If it's covered in Aquarium Co-op tape, do I keep it? Do I not keep it?
Oh, you got.
Will I have to move and put the light in the box?
I had my Fluval 3.0 box until I moved, and then I threw it away.
I mean, honestly, I think that's my fundamental thing is like, will I have to move? Because it's no longer, will this have special value? It's not an old Star Wars character.
You do not need the box to return items, though.
No, I just want to move without breaking anything. Like, will it survive a dirt road in a box?
You can put it in a box. You can still store it safe. You don't need the original box.
I put stuff like that in a blanket, a comforter. Wrap it up in a comforter.
I rationally agree with you, HC Aqua.
I'm not a box keeper. I'm like this. I don't need. I know I can return it without a box. I don't need the box.
Well, who takes things? Oh, I know Costco does, but who else takes things back without a box?
All right, I don't know. I shop at Costco.
I had to return 2 crappy smart lights at Costco the other day, and I didn't have the box because I bought it like a couple months ago.
I have taken. My friend took a broken surfboard, broke it in half. Costco. Get to return anything.
Yeah, for now, anyways, until they decide, okay, we're not gonna anymore. Back at it's like a few years back, people return. One person returned the Christmas tree after Christmas. It looks like they cut off. You still there, AC? Oh, they chose to mute themselves. Okay. Let's see. Will they come back or not? Well, anyways, I don't know if you're still listening, but being 4 o'clock, I'm probably going to head to bed. So I don't know where you guys went. I don't know if you're having technical difficulties, but let's see here. Gotcha. Okay, well, I figured out where Jesse's at. Yeah, okay, that's fine, Jesse. I'll be back too. Since I'm still up, I'm gonna go grab something to eat or something.
I'm still here for a teeny bit more.
Oh, good idea. I'm having something to eat.
Okay. Jesse's back.
I guess it's munchy time. That's the beef jerky.
Put that over there.
What did you get?
Fruit snack. Fruit snacks like they make me difficult to talk. So what were we on?
I forget.
It's late. I am trying to find a
Boxes. shipping boxes. That's what we're talking about.
Right now, I'm looking for a HDMI to USB converter capture card that works for Linux. The only ones I'm finding are like a few $100s. I'm like, nope.
Oh, jeez.
What was expensive?
HDMI to USB that runs on Linux.
Oh,
Well, you know what? It probably
see,
works.
that's why I went with those webcams. So it's USB all the way.
You know,
No encoder, decoder boxes.
yeah.
the old
But
USB.
then it hammers the processor.
Which USB?
Oh, like the Logitech webcams that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But which USB port? Is it the USB or USB C?
The Brios that I like have USB-C on the camera, but they connect to traditional connectors on the device. But theoretically, you could run them with straight USB-C to USB-C if your Mac or PC supported it. Now, I think Logitech has some low resolution cams that are USB-C all the way, but they're not 4K.
Does
So,
anyone
say again.
Does anyone record stream at 4K?
I don't know what streams at 4K. Anytime I've joined, I haven't run my own stream yet. Let me be clear. But anytime I've joined a StreamYard stream with those cameras and try to show off my shrimp, 720p is the max it will give me.
Yep.
Now I know my computer is getting more, but that's the most that they will. Now, if you're running your own stream with OBS, you can probably do more. Or if you're recording your own content, you can probably take advantage of more. I imagine that StreamYard limits their bandwidth so that the user experience is very predictable.
That's the other thing with, I think it was Restreamer.io. They actually go up to 1080p.
Huh. For the stream. But I wonder if that applies to you and your guests for your actual content. Because basically with StreamYard and a lot of those other things, you're saying we're going to have the cloud do all the processing.
Yeah.
So it means your computer needs to do less, but your price is latency. So you're going to be X number of seconds behind the stream.
Yeah.
Hey, Streetwise, what do you use to edit your videos?
I have chosen not to edit my videos. I have experience in my past with Final Cut Pro and other apps, but I'm a perfectionist, and so that I find it's better for me not to edit my videos.
So just you shoot it
one
on your
take, one shot,
load it.
go. And that way I don't get anxious about it. I just do it. And maybe it's messy, but then, there's no fixing.
Most of my stuff is one take, one shot. Well, multiple takes, but typically one shot, and I just kind of mix shots together. That's about my extent of editing.
Yep.
None of mine are, but they still suck.
I just throw things together and do it that way.
I mean, if editor is your thing, if that's your style, if you want to be a really good editor and that's what you enjoy doing is editing, then I would say edit. But if editing makes you nervous and keeps you from hitting record, then don't do it and just hit record and go for it. And just say, I'm going to do this whole thing. And I'm not going to say, and I'm not going to pause.
I say so much.
Oh, I leave my. I don't edit out my.
I just stop talking.
I have edited out my ums. I have.
I did that in college I read the whole beginning of Neuromancer, and I edited every breath I took.
Oh yeah,
and I made the perfect chapter, and I vowed that I would never do it again.
Yeah, you get to the point where you can visually see the ums and the breaths.
Yes,
the breath. That's
you can see all of them. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I typically leave those in. I don't unless it's at the beginning of a cut, then I leave them in. I'm not too worried to be that anal about things like that. YouTube's more forgiving in that manner, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know that when you start, because you want to get it right for your own standards, and then you're like, YouTube doesn't care the way I care.
It's true.
YouTube doesn't care about fancy cuts. They just they're just interested in the content in general.
You know what I think it does care about? Visuals. I think if you're showing them something that catches the eye, if you can change their view, your shot every 3 seconds, because you're playing on the audience's eye. If you just stare at something for too long, you get bored, and you might just But if you're always switching the view every 3 seconds, then your mind is stimulated and it makes you keep watching.
Interesting. But I would still kind of say,
but you got to edit to do that.
Well, you could shoot to do that too.
I guess I'll just go move it around.
But personally, I would, and I feel this way about music too, is compose the shot, compose the music for yourself as the viewer. And if you're like true to yourself as an audience, then you'll be true in your medium. God, that sounds so cheesy, but it's like, I remember going to a concert and seeing like Aphex Twin perform, and he hid behind all his like production racks because he was such an introvert. And I think he hired like people to dance around in bear costumes on the stage. And it was so ridiculous. But, you know, he gave us like really good music, and it wasn't, you know, I don't know. It was actually that's so surreal. I don't know how to explain it. I think we stormed the stage at some point, but it was like he performed because he needed to perform that music, not because he needed to show off to us or prove anything. And I think that's the same way for the best folks showing their hobbies on YouTube. Like, everyone can tell who's pitching their story versus who is like, I can't believe this stuff happen in my fish room. Here you go.
It's an interesting perspective. I kind of use my Instagram in that way.
What?
It's where something interesting happens and I just shoot a picture of it.
That's real.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun to look at right now. It's a lot less work too.
Yeah, Instagram is less work.
That's why I hardly do YouTube videos. It feels like too much work for me.
How many people are watching right now?
I don't know. StreamYard says 5. YouTube says 5.
The lower the number, the better for what I'm about to ask. What do you guys think about when subsequent streams super chat each other in a row?
What do you mean? Like if the same person keeps super chatting over and over again?
No.
Dollar.
You super chat and then the next person up gets super chatted back.
Okay, so say if
It's all like a neutral transaction that shows a lot of money, and
So-
it really freaking bothers me.
so say if Anthony super chat, if I
Let's
super
let's not use real people for any of these examples.
well, this is a hypothetical, so
So make up a name.
okay. So if Jib chatted Jab $50 and then Jab super chatted Jib $50, then
Is that what you mean?
that's what he's talking about, I think.
That's what I'm talking about.
Does that happen?
Yeah, every day of the week.
Really?
Hmm.
Really?
I'm sorry, once a week maybe. I don't know. I shouldn't even say anything.
Well, they're just getting Google free money. That's all they're doing.
Yeah, they're losing 30%, but I haven't noticed that. That's interesting that you've seen that.
I'm sorry. I really shouldn't bring this up. I feel like
No,
I feel skeptical. I used to be a DJ
understand.
back in the day, and I remember like the first time I played at a rave, and I remember the first time I got like paid to DJ and like looked behind the scenes and saw the way that things got promoted, and
They're just promoting-
you know, it makes me really sensitive to what's real. You know, like, you know, what I learned is like the guy or the gal who's a bedroom DJ is probably going to be 10 times better than the person you pay to come to town to show off their skills. Sorry, that sounds really bitter.
I understand where you're getting from. I mean, I get where that rubs
I
people
just
wrong.
haven't really noticed that.
I haven't noticed either. I know a lot of times it's a lot of the same people that do super chats, but I never, what's the word? I never connected the dots in that kind of fashion.
I don't see it at the top of the range, and I don't see it at the bottom of the range. I see it in the middle.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they're doing that, they're just giving Google free money for
I would never say Corey does this. You know what I mean? There's no quid pro quo. He's, you know, no nonsense for all his streams. LRB, no nonsense. I don't want to name any names, but you know, all the folks that you have seen doing this for a long time and believing in this. But there's some folks where it's like, I should just shut my mouth. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. It's a late night stream. We're good.
I didn't say any names.
Alan
I will
Walker.
say this. I think it is okay to show appreciation to people. And then I think it's also okay if someone appreciated you to show them appreciation back. So I haven't really I don't think it's necessarily a purposely vindictive or like fake thing. I think it's just a way to show appreciation, and maybe that's where they're coming from. So I mean, depending.
I see it
I
as a
don't
way.
think- I don't
I
think-
see it as a way to pressure other people to spend money.
Mm.
I don't.
So if you throw $10 to a stream, and then your stream is on next, and they throw $10 back,
Mm.
you've both spent $0, and you've guilt tripped everyone in the stream to spend money.
They don't spend $0. They have lost 30% of that because it goes to YouTube.
Well, I think where he's getting at, I think it's like the tip jar where they put a couple of dollars in to begin with. Anyways, just to make people
When actual viewers super chat, I think it's different than a creator super chatting another creator
But
who is on next.
I disagree with you then, because I have super chatted other creators, and I am a creator, and that super chatter, I mean, and they have also returned. They have done the same to me,
Okay.
but there was no behind the scenes communication on that. It was just.
I'm sorry. I
show
don't want to judge. I'm really sorry.
I'm just telling you my perspective on that. I understand your perspective, but
we're allowed to
I'm just saying,
No,
as a
it's not all
viewer, it makes me skeptical.
mm-hmm. I could see that.
And I think he's more talking about the back-to-back stuff as well. Like if like Jib Jab and Jab Jab are streaming like back-to-back, like Jib Jib's on at 5, and then Jab Jab comes right after at 6.
And they did the same exact amount.
It's every week. It's every week.
Yeah, I could see that being a little bit more obvious, right? Or like, oh well, what was that? Yeah.
I don't think he's talking about the instance where it's just like Jib Jib gives Jab Jab $5.
This is awesome. Like,
The other way, like
I believe in what the content you just produced. Boom. That's real. Yeah,
I think it's going to be hard to actually judge the intent, although perspective on the viewer is what it's going to come down to as well.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm saying is, as someone who is trying to produce content, I am scared of ever getting into
being perceived wrong.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to lose my ability to share, because that's why I'm here. But I know some folks are trying to turn it into their I don't know. I mean, some folks have like breeding and stuff, and that's their industry, and YouTube is a way to show what they're doing in that industry. And then there's some folks that are hobbyists and they want to show their hobby. And then there's like a tiny subset that wants to be famous.
Well, they could be all three.
Yeah. I don't want to judge anybody for any of their values or what they choose to do. I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to be a jerk. I'm just I'm just saying
that's fine. Like, everyone
just make sure people know that you believe in what you're doing, and that the sale. That's all. I should stop with that. Make sure people know that you believe the words that come out of your mouth, and that you believe what you're doing. And if you're trying to sell something, it's something you believe in.
Yep. That's true.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. So it's a late night stream. You're allowed to have opinions here. We're allowed to disagree with them. It's nothing. It's nothing. Definitely not.
HC, I never thought that you were ingenuine. Aquarium thoughts. I never thought you were ingenuine.
I don't.
HC, you're chewing on camera. Like, that's real. Aquarium thoughts.
I'm like that without even fixing my hair.
You're trying to stay awake on camera. That's real.
I don't even necessarily disagree with you. I just haven't noticed that. But I didn't give. If I did see that, I think it didn't give me that feeling. But I could see how it could be perceived that way.
Well, by the way, hello, Aquarium Cop.
Oh, what's up, Cop?
Even though looks like he shared a video too 19 minutes ago.
Where?
I don't know where he shared it. He shared this live stream somewhere. I'm just getting on my notes.
Alan Walker is an introvert. Well, I don't know who Alan Walker is, but I'm also an introvert. So let's not talk about that.
Norwegian DJ. English-born Norwegian DJ.
I don't even know what I am. I think I might be an introvert. I don't know.
I'm heavily introverted.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure.
I have trouble staring in the camera and starting what I'm going to say sometimes.
Introverts are able to be on stage, which is why YouTube has a few of us.
So, Korean Cup's still here. I think this is as long as I've streamed.
What are you eating, HC? Is that bacon or dried fruit?
Oh,
Can't
see.
It's a box of weeds. Beef jerky.
This reminds me. Cop is here. I was trying to show something else. I had to put it in front of my face just to show it.
I was looking at the wrong window, so you were chewing for like an extra 30 seconds.
Excuse me. Tomorrow I have a board meeting with my guppy club.
A board meeting with the Guppy Club. What is that? Are you going to choose which guppies belong in the club or not?
Worse.
Sounds ominous.
Cracking down on our Facebook group.
Oh.
Sales on it.
You're going to clamp down on the oversharers?
Oversharers, yes.
See, that's what introverts are for. We stop the oversharing.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about that and all other things.
Why? What's wrong with the Facebook group?
There's like,
Well, number one, it's on Facebook.
who constantly post on our group, and I was like, why are they even in this group? This is supposed to be Hawaii Fancy Guppy Association, so they're not even from Hawaii. And they're like just trying to post. They're just selling their stuff.
No, that's a no-no.
Yeah. So we need to start cracking down on this. But then the thing is, like, none of us are on the internet all the time,
Mm.
or we're not on Facebook all the time. So
Yeah.
we want to get a person who probably is on Facebook all the time to like
Yeah.
be our moderator.
Pay me $90,000 a year, and I'll do it for you.
How much?
$90,000 a year.
That's a bit much. That's more than what I got.
Does your club make any money?
No,
Then get off Facebook.
no, but it's a way to because it's so small. It's a way to like advertise. Like get interest. It's a growing phase. Like we have very few members, so
Yeah, take it good with the bad.
yeah, we just have to be better at it. That's why we're meeting. Right? What should we do? There's a problem. Let's like try to fix this.
You're not weeding out the people good enough.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a private group, so you have to like ask to join. So whoever is letting them in, they're just letting anybody in.
That's your problem. You should only let in people from the actual club, if that's the case.
Yeah.
I quit Facebook years ago, and I run the website for our local sailing club, and it does have a Facebook presence, but it's purely news posts. Well, I hope it is, because I don't have anything to do with it.
I'm only on Facebook for the fish stuff.
I found that I don't even I was able to deactivate my Facebook account for the fish tuber notification page. You don't have to be a member. Now, if you want to post, that's another thing. But if you just want to check the schedule, which
That's interesting.
the schedule is, I don't know. I don't want to assign a percentage for that, but I would say I'm about to assign a percentage for that. I would say 50% of the people on that schedule are not maintained by the people on that schedule. So they're like last known streaming times of person XYZ on this 7-day schedule.
Yeah. A lot of things are out of date. I've noticed that too.
I know. Yeah, that's something that he needs to fix. I just don't think he goes in there. It's a voluntary base to begin with, but I know Rachel O'Leary doesn't stream on Wednesdays anymore. From what I've noticed.
Yeah, I don't envy the job of trying to maintain that listing.
Who owns that group?
I don't know who that is. All I know is Brandon. He does the schedule the.
I think he's the YouTube person, and then I think FRF has their own copy of that data,
On his site.
plus or minus more or less information.
It's just out of date too, I think.
Well, I think that's the group's fault as well. We just don't notify him that this so and so is not streaming on this time anymore, and I think that's the case too. I think we just need to get on him more. Hey, okay, just to let you know, Rachel, so and so hasn't been streaming lately at this time, so you might want to take a look at that kind of thing.
Brandon used to ask me weekly, and then
See, I would. This is totally the type of thing that I would do normally, but I don't want to have anything to do with herding cats at this point in my life. So you need a cat herder for fish tube scheduling.
Yeah.
You need somebody who's willing to chat with this person, that person, and check in every week, maintain a schedule.
Or check once in a while. Okay, are they still streaming at this time?
Yeah.
yeah,
Not an easy job, but for some person, it would be a great job, and they'd probably be really good at it. But for someone who just wants to be a part of the schedule, if they try to do the job, it might make them not enjoy the hobby as much. I don't know. I feel like that's true with any hobby. Like if you try to be the cat herder in your hobby, if your hobby is tennis or I don't know, model painting or aquariums, if you try to organize tennis players or model painters or aquarium hobbyists, you're going to eventually become so annoyed with them.
Yeah.
Whereas if your hobby is organizing cats, and then you say the cats I'm going to organize are aquarium hobbyists, then you might not get burnt out.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up,
And
bro?
some of our mods are like that in the hobby.
Yeah. That's why I try not to mod anywhere.
Yeah. Let the mods be mods. Let the hobbyists be hobbyists.
Hey. Hello, Rob93. Of course, the like I said, the chat on StreamYard is a little slow. Rob93 decided to stop by.
Must be morning time over there.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about 7:30 over there.
I got to get out. All right. Cheers, guys.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Yeah, we're still partying late at night. Thanks for being on. Oh, yeah, it's late. What was his name?
Streetwise.
Yeah, thanks Streetwise for being on board.
I don't think we have his real name.
No, I don't think so either.
Hmm.
I know Rob93 Aquatics is probably Rob. I know you're Jesse. I know him Dave.
I don't know GRB's name either. I know Cody Sun's name is Cody Sun.
And the one that always gets me is Benny's Aquatics is Ronan.
Yes. Do you know Cop's name?
Aquarium Cup?
Yeah.
That's his name, Aquarium Cup. No, I don't know his name either.
I know his name.
Of course, Rob93 came on the back end of all this. I'm getting close to actually heading the sack at 4:30 a.m. in the morning, which is not totally new for me.
Yep. So what you doing tomorrow or today?
Today. Not a clue yet. Probably go to Costco.
Nice. Do they still have the lines for Costco? Like you have to like wait outside in a line?
The times I go, no. I typically go early mid-afternoon. On the weekday, I don't go on. Wait, is tomorrow Sunday? Is today Sunday or Saturday?
Today is Saturday.
Oh, okay. I skipped a couple days. Oh boy.
Happens when you don't work.
No, Monday I'm going to Costco. Today I have no clue what I'm doing.
I have a lot to do tomorrow. I have to. A moth was flying around and my frog tried to jump through the glass and it fell down.
What?
I have a frog and there's a moth flying around, so it tried to jump through the glass. Stupid frog. Anyway, I have to fill up my mother's-in-law's tires for her car. Meet some guys, sell them some brine shrimp eggs. What else? My board meeting.
Yeah.
My taxes. Oh, I didn't even do my taxes yet. Did you do your taxes already?
I have someone doing them for me.
But did you send it out already?
No.
Okay, so you're just as bad as me then.
You claim your fish hobby?
No, I don't. No. Don't tell on me. Well, I mean, if I had to, I mean, I could clean.
I mean, technically, you run it as a business.
Oh. Yeah, I don't. It's a hobby.
Yes.
Not a business.
Yeah, I stopped. I have to contact them again on Monday and see what the status is.
I've done it 2 times already, and it's not coming out how I want it to. So I have to do it.
keep doing it until you like it, right?
Yeah, I don't want to pay.
Yeah.
So I have to
How
make
it looks right now. How it looks like now, I'm supposed to get like 800 from the feds, and I'm supposed to owe 700 to the state. So I have no clue how that works. I know how it works, but
your state is expensive.
yeah. And plus, I think when I work, I don't think my employer takes out enough money in state tax, so which is why I owe money.
But do you do do you claim it different? Your deduction's different?
That could be the case. I probably have to look into that and see what's going on. I think for my state tax, it's only for my W-2, they only took out like $50.
I mean, it's all about what is it? What is that number called? Your deduction?
Yeah, I don't know. Streetwise, April 15th to be done.
I hit April 15. Oh, nice.
I know my mother-in-law's, my in-laws' taxes were technically due. They were finished around that time, but for the last few months, my tax person never got back to me. So I don't.
Well, you better get on it. There's only 5 more days.
Yeah, it'll get there. Mine's done. It's just a matter. They're just going over some final touches, and it'll get done. I would do it myself if mine wasn't complex with stock sales.
Oh, I do my own with stock sales. It's easy.
Yeah,
It's super easy. You can actually sign into your brokerage, and it automatically applies everything for you. You don't even have to like. I mean, do you buy and sell a lot often?
I think I use M1, so I moved a lot of things around with my pies on M1 Finance. So not the times that sell stuff.
What was it? It's still not hard. Like even if you had to do it manually, it's not that hard. You just have to know when you bought it and when you sold, and the price points. Well,
I just figure it's a lot easier to get someone to do it. Next year, I might just try to see, okay, what I could get back doing it myself next time.
Well, sometimes it can get you like more than what you would have done yourself, as long as they're like kind of sketchy in that way.
last few years, last few years, they got me back more than what I would have got back if I did it myself. So
yeah.
Although we had one really sketchy one before, and we got back more than what we did if we did it ourselves. But we were also supposed to get back more than what they actually said, which means they pocketed a few thousand on their end.
What? They can't do that.
Huh?
The money doesn't come through them. It goes. Does it go directly into your account?
Well, yeah. They attached another direct deposit, and yeah.
Well,
yeah, they were really sketchy like that.
You should have saw that.
But it got back more than what we did. But that was the thing. So that's why we switched out.
That's interesting. Wow. Yeah, I guess I'll be doing that tomorrow. So what happened with mine was my mortgage changed from one financer to another. So they send those tax documents to you, right? For each of those that you have to pay interest.
Okay.
So each of them sent that document to me, but the principal amount was the same. So let's say let's say my loan is for 500,000. Well, they both said my loan is for 500,000, so the loan amount is 1 million because I basically just entering the information, right? It's like, oh yeah, enter line 1, enter line 2, enter line, right. So if you did
Yeah.
that, then it sends you into another bracket, and then all of a sudden you don't qualify for something, and you owe more taxes basically. So I
Yeah.
have to do it.
Yeah. I think the other thing that messes me up is doing like Postmates and Uber Eats as well. So
What?
doing Uber Eats and Postmates,
What
which
do
is
you mean?
probably easy as well, but this is an added layer of stuff to do.
You do Uber Eats? Or no?
Before everything went down, yes.
That's gotta be a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Because you don't pay taxes up front, yeah. You have to pay it all in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hope you don't have. You probably have to pay then.
No,
Did you pay throughout the year while you were on that job?
no,
Like estimated or?
no. It's because we typically overpay in our other works. When I'm working my job, they typically take out more than what they're supposed to.
So you just like claim 0 or something?
I don't know, but yeah, I'm supposed to give. I'm still my federal tax. I'm supposed to give back more, so I'm good. I'm supposed to get money back. My state I owe a lot, but that's my state I owe more because of my employer's not taking enough out to begin with. Which part of that's probably also Uber Eats and Postmates too, but
What's Postmates?
like
Like
Uber Eats,
Oh,
food delivery. I don't drive people around.
was that good? How was that? Was that like pretty good money, or how do you feel about
It's
that?
okay for me. I just for a few hours after I got off of work late at night, so when I wouldn't be doing anything anyways.
So how much an hour would you say you made off of that?
Depends on the night. I could probably do for a couple 2 to 3 hours. I'd probably get maybe anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on the night.
So if you work a couple hours and you made $100, that's $50 an hour. That's good.
It might be more like 3 or 4 hours, but still.
Well, that's $25 an hour. That's still decent.
That's not including the gas and mileage and all that, but
I see. Yeah. Well, you're working for a living.
yeah.
So anyways,
Yeah, that's just something I did just to make some extra cash, but something I can't do right now, but
yeah, if you could still do it, I bet you they're making pretty good money because a lot of people are probably wanting delivery right now.
yeah, not something I could do because I don't think disability would like that very much if I did that.
Right.
And plus, I still have to face the public and take unnecessary risks.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I don't know. Things the way they are now, I'm like, I don't think I'm going back to work at all this year.
Is California California's pretty bad, right now?
Yeah. California's been horrible. Let me see where we're at right now.
How many deaths do you guys have like daily?
Let's see. We're
thousands yet?
Okay, confirmed.
1,000 people dying.
Confirmed cases 312,000, deaths almost 7,000.
Oh, since the beginning though.
Yeah, since the beginning.
But yeah, that's 7,000 people. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think I wonder how many deaths we have. Pretty sure it's less than 100.
I That's good. Well, you're on an island, so it's a lot more easier.
Yeah, we're cut off. Yeah, we
Fly
like
easier.
you can still fly here, but you
Yeah.
have to be quarantined for 2 weeks. So you
Yeah.
can't even like go out to get food.
Yeah. See, Hawaii, 19 deaths.
Oh wow.
1139 confirmed cases.
Oh, it reached over 1,000.
Yeah.
Damn. How many active cases though? Does it say?
Yeah, let me see here. Give me a second here. Well, you had 28 newly reported ones. Pending. And that site's not really giving me any good numbers.
That means it's out there. 28 is not little bit in my eyes. Like, oh
Oh, 28?
yeah, that means there's probably more. That's
Okay,
the-
hold on. Well, let's just put it this way. Let's see here. Fatalities in California. Do you know how many more fatalities we had?
What you mean today or total?
I guess as of whatever this day was. But there's 140 more deaths.
144.
140 more deaths. So California has more deaths that are new than actual cases in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as the age of the deaths, I have no clue. I'm just looking at total numbers. I'm not delving deep into the data. But as far as Hawaii goes, 16 plus has 32% of the hospitalization percentages. But the others numbers don't add up, so I have no clue on that. Let's see here.
Even if I won't, the likelihood that I if I catch it I won't die, I still don't want it because I heard it still causes a lot of damage to your organs.
Yeah.
So I don't even want it. I'm not the kind of person who says like, oh yeah, I'll catch it, let it run through my system and I'll be immune. Like that's not that's not the right thinking.
If I catch it, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Now, like I may not be in trouble, but it's not gonna be good.
Let's see
I may
here.
not die, but it's not gonna be good either.
Ah, darn it! I didn't want to. Let me see. Let me see if I can find better numbers here. I know my wife and my mother-in-law had to get tested.
Huh? What? They got
Um,
tested?
my wife and my mother-in-law had to get tested because where they work, there's a few people that came down with it.
Where I work, one of the students' girlfriends caught it.
Hmm.
So like they tracked it, like they're even telling us. I was like, "Do you come to work?" I'm like, "No, I've never gone to work for the longest time." Like, okay, well, just to let you know, this guy's girlfriend is positive. So it's like, okay, well, thanks for letting me know. I don't care.
Let me see here. It looks like in California, the majority of confirmed cases are between 18 and 49, with 180,000.
Yeah, because that's the age group who's going out and socializing. All the old people are staying home because they're scared for their life. Like I can't go out with these young people. Yeah, makes total sense.
Well, that's overall since it started, so I don't know.
I have eaten out at restaurants 2 times,
Hmm.
and it was glorious. Oh, It's so good. This is wonderful.
The closest I came was just doing takeout.
But just 2 times for like all this time. Takeout is. We haven't even done takeout very often. Just a few times too. We
Okay, here we go.
99% of the time just cook something and eat at home. But you still have to go shopping for that food though, for the groceries.
Yep. Can't need to eat somehow. Ugh. Anyways, I better get going so I can get some sleep.
Okay, me too.
My boys are probably gonna be waking up soon, anyways, too. So
Sounds good, man. All right, Dave. Nice
later,
hanging out with you.
Jesse. Bye.
Right. Later. Bye.
Thanks for everyone joining and chat. And I am ending. Good night and good day and whatever.